Hi everybody, welcome to my channel, Frugalisama. My name's Sam and this is where I talk about all things sewing. And today I've got a special video for the Sew Upcycle 23 challenge. This is a challenge that is being run by Becky, who has a channel called Notes from the Sewing Room, and Karen, who has a channel called So Little Time. So the honour of delivering the first video of all the 20-some vloggers that are presenting videos, just sharing their ideas of what to do for the challenge. So welcome if you're new, if you've come here as a consequence of the challenge and you've not seen my channel before. My name's Sam. My channel's called Frugalisama. I try to sew on a budget if I can. So this kind of challenge is right up my street. I've done lots of upcycles in the past. I shared quite a few of the upcycles that I've done in the past in my Sew Upcycle 22 video. And I'll put a link to that for you at the end, so you can have a look at that as well. And I've brought a couple along to share with you today as well. So before I kick off with any of that, I will just let you know what the challenge is about. So basically, Becky and Karen are wanting you to upcycle something that is an existing sort of garment, or even a duvet cover or a tablecloth, something that either belongs to yourself, something that perhaps you've made, or something that's been in your wardrobe and you're not wearing and you want to make better use of it. Maybe you've got something in your husband's wardrobe or your family members. So you can make something for yourself, make something for a child. I think they're specifically saying no pets for this particular challenge. And the challenge has been run throughout the month of October. And the reveal date is on the 31st of October. But if you want to share anything that you've made like a work in progress, then there's a hashtag for that. That is hashtag Sew Upcycle 23 WIP. WIP stands for work in progress. So there are prizes, there's lots of prizes. If you've got any questions, just hop over to either Karen or Becky's channels. I'll link those in my show notes. Or am I a podcaster? I'll link those below for you. So that if you've got any questions, they can clarify them for you. It's not my challenge, so it's not my rules. Karen and Becky are quite relaxed about what they classify as an upcycle. You know, if you want to turn a pair of jeans into a pair of shorts, I think they're quite happy for you to do that. Certainly were last year anyway. I tried to sort of go a bit further with it, but my time this time is quite limited. So I am going on holiday on the 5th of October. So I've got holidays in mind with my upcycles. And so I'm recording this so that it goes out on the 1st of October, but then I will be away until round about mid-October. So I will have limited time to do mine. So I've tried to pare it back a little bit. I've got loads and loads of ideas, but I've tried to pare it back. That's the housekeeping out of the way. We've gone through the rules. I'll put a little card up here as well that's got all the rules. The reveal is on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, like I say, contact Karen and Becky and I'm sure they'll be able to help you out. So I'll just go through a couple of the upcycles that I've done this year so far. One I'm wearing, this is the Imby Flowy top, and it's by a designer called Karmme Apparel. It's a free pattern, wouldn't be one of my videos without a free pattern, and I made this from a sari. So I bought about 4 saris a couple of years ago. I've upcycled quite a few of them, showed one of them in last year's video as well. And this is just a perfect little flowy top, nice and lightweight. You can see it's got like little gold detailing in it. And often with a sari, you've got different bits. You've got like a border on it. So I've sort of tried to incorporate that throughout it. So this is one of my favourite little upcycles this year. Absolutely love it. It's nice and lightweight to wear, and I'll be taking this on my holidays. I did intend making another one, but never got round to it. But yeah, it's a free pattern for anybody to access. And another free pattern that I've used, and I've shown this before, is the Atelier Charlotte Azul, and it's called the Upcycle top. So this pattern has been specifically designed for upcycling in mind. What I've used that's been upcycled in this is it's a pillowcase. I bought these 2 embroidered pillowcases years and years ago with a view to upcycling it into something. So I incorporated the embroidery in the back of this blouse I'll show you pictures of me wearing it as well. And then there are bits of old duvet cover and all sorts. Now I've done the design a little bit different because I wanted to emulate a Toast shirt that I'd seen. Toast is a shop in the UK that's a little bit on the pricey side for me. So I did actually incorporate some remnants in this as well. I don't think Becky and Karen are wanting you to use remnants specifically, and especially not fresh fabric, new fabric, but that's what I did for this. And you can use old duvet covers or like pillowcases like I did. So that is another free pattern, and it is designed for upcycling. So that's that one. The next one that I wanted to talk about that I did last year, but I forgot to show in last year's video, and Karen and Becky are allowing bags in this challenge, so it's not just garments. And this is the crease backpack pattern. And again, this has been specifically designed for you to make using a shirt pattern. This isn't a free pattern, it is a paid for pattern by Digital Pattern Library. But perfect for holidays because it's made out of a cotton shirt. It just folds up really small, but holds tons and tons. So it's a really useful bag. So in this one, you can see Blue Harbour, I think that's a Marks and Spencer's brand. I retained that inside it, and also somewhere else on this one I've kept some labels on it. But yeah, I've actually incorporated 2 shirts into this one, and I've kept the shirt pocket on there as well as an outside pocket. So that one's another one that's been specifically designed to use existing materials. So you use in a shirt, and it does go into quite a lot of detail of how to use that shirt. I know not everybody's comfortable with just finding an old shirt and upcycling it, so I thought that'd be a good example. So another example, and I showed this in the last video very quickly, is the shirred dress. I hope I'm saying that right, shirred dress, not shirred. And this was a tablecloth. So I put gathers at the bottom, and it's just a series of rectangles taken from my measurements, and really, really easy upcycle. So over 50, I've got a post on Instagram today about other people who've done recycled tablecloths as well. So I'll throw some pictures of those in whilst I'm talking, because there's some really lovely examples. Some people that have incorporated lace work and things like that. So just a few ideas. This one's a good one because you're using your own measurements. You're not relying on a pattern, somebody else's pattern. You're using your own measurements. And I might, if I get time during the month of October, put together a video of how to do that. Using your own measurements. Nice and easy project. So on to what I am going to do for the challenge this year. So Mandy here is beautifully modelling a dress that I made a video about this, and it's actually based on a pattern hacking. So the top is a free top from Peppermint magazine. I think it's called the ruffle sleeve top, and it's the ruffle sleeves, and I just hacked it into a tiered dress. So I've got a full video showing you how to do that. However, I made this 2 years ago and I've lost 2 stone in weight, and it's way too big for me now. And then last week on Instagram, the lovely Ruan, who's the Yorkshire Sew Girl, my partner in crime for the So Frugal challenge, showed a dress that was exactly the same material but sleeveless, and it was the rear dress by Tammy Handmade. And I thought, I bet I could upcycle that into this into the rear dress rather. And I'd already bought the rear dress a couple of years ago actually. Bought it from the Makerist website, and they have some really good deals on it, and I think I paid $2 for the patterns that I bought at the time. So I've had that pattern for quite a long time. It's a sleeveless top with a tiered skirt part to it. So what I'll be doing is just chopping the tiers, because this is already tiers on it, and I'll show you details of it. Chopping the tiers off it, and upcycling the top. Now the only thing that I need to watch out for is that the top is fully lined. So if I don't have enough of this fabric to sort of pull out of the existing dress, because I'll have the sleeves to play with and what have you, so I should have, but if I don't, then I'll have to find something else that I can incorporate. So that's my first one, and I want that to go on with me on holiday, because short sleeve dresses in October, there's not much call for them, so I want to be able to take that on holiday. So my second one is a really, really simple one. I thought I'd keep things a little bit simple, and that is a dress. This is a top that I found in a charity shop, and it is some lovely little smock work at the top there, but it's quite high necked on me, and when I tried it on I didn't particularly like it on me. So what I might just do is put myself a little keyhole or a v-neck in there, and I might just shorten the sleeves as well. So hopefully that's going to be a quick upcycle, because I'm not wearing it as it is, and I would like to be able to take that on holiday as well. So you can see there's a theme here with white and blue. So continuing on that theme with the white and blue, I've also got a pair of trousers that I picked up in a charity shop. Now I think these are linen viscose with a bit of polyester in them, and there's plenty of fabric in these for me to upcycle. So I'm just hoping that I can get a pair of closet case Pietra trousers or shorts out of them. I will have to see just how much fabric I've got. So I'm not just going to take these in, because we've got all sorts of complicated bits, like these really interesting pockets. Actually, they're like a welt pocket but a patch pocket as well. So I think that's quite an interesting detail, and a little welt pocket on the back. So I'm going to try and see if I can preserve maybe the welt pockets from the back pocket. But I'm hoping again to be able to take these on holiday with me, so I need to get a move on. So the next upcycle that I'm wanting to do is, I bought quite some time ago the Refashioners wardrobe. This is by Portia Laurie, and she ran a challenge on Instagram many years ago called the Refashioners, and this book has been a consequence of that. So she's got lots of projects and ideas in here, but what I really like about this book is that she is talking about building a capsule wardrobe, but using your existing wardrobe and using upcycles. And in it, she's got a little project in here, which is the pieced linen tee, which is that one there. And I would like to have a go at that. Now, the problem with that is that it is using a large, it says oversized, but a large man's linen shirt, but it's got long sleeves, and the only ones that I've been able to find have been short sleeves. This isn't linen, this is a lovely soft cotton. It is double extra large. There's that one, but there's this one, which is actually my favourite. Picked this up for £1 in a charity shop, and I think it's going to be, I'm going to try and do something with this one. This I really love. This has got linen and viscose and a little bit of polyester in it, and that's probably the slubs that are in it there. So for £1, lovely colour is that. I really like that, and it's perfect for a holiday. So lovely book is that. If you want me to do a review on it, once I've done some projects out of it, I will do a review on it. So just leave me a comment below and I can do that for you. Some really nice projects on that. There's upcycling shirts, trousers. She also goes into upcycling garments that are on the small side as well. So if you've got something in your wardrobe that you've grown out of, or you found something in a charity shop that you've grown out that you can't fit into, there's some projects in there for you as well. And there's also how to do a burn test. So if you've found something in it you don't know what it's made out of, and there's lots of finishing techniques in here. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be a really good book, and I've not had a chance to do anything with it. So this is my opportunity to do a project with it. And the other project, which I'm pretty sure I won't get done before the deadline of the 31st of October, but I really am desperate to do, and I've got it's not a duvet cover, it's actually like a throw, is this duvet duster coat. And I would love to have a go at that. And I dropped quite soon after I bought this book, I dropped to really look at it and found this. So this is pink and grey, and it's quite big. I think it's about 1.5 metres by 1.5 metres. I won't open it all out, but it's already quilted, pre-quilted. And I think Portia goes into quite a lot of detail of how to remove all that bias binding and reapply it. So this is hopefully going to be a coat for me for autumn. I'm not promising that I'll get this done by the 31st of October, but hopefully over the winter I will. And if I've got any little bits left, I think it'll be a perfect little coat for kiddies. So those are my ideas. I've got 2 granddaughters, by the way. So those are my ideas. So yeah, those are my ideas for the Upcycle 23 challenge. I hope I've given you some food for thought. Let me know below if you're going to be taking part, and if you've got some ideas, or if you've got some thoughts of what you want to do, let me know below. So that's it from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you later. Bye.